Hello and welcome to my final video for the semester on exploring our solar system by none other than Kevin Ward. One interesting thing about the sun is that it isn't even close to being the biggest star out there in the universe, as seen here in this comparison picture of different sized stars throughout the universe. And another interesting thing comes to mind that we as a people have been wondering what causes the sun to burn and keep going, and that it's only been about 100 years since we figured out that the sun uses nuclear fusion to power itself, which is pretty cool on its own. Different layers of the sun here. Mercury is located right here uh, on the eyes of the solar system map. And there's the sun, the other three planets in the inner solar system. And I find that fact that there's water ice on the closest planet to the sun, and that it's not even the hottest planet to be pretty wild, actually. It blew my mind that there would be ice that close to the sun and still be there sometimes. Venus is located here on the eyes of the solar system map. And the most interesting thing I learned about Venus is that it rotates backwards. Since its north and south poles got swapped somehow years ago, millennia ago. Um, Earth and Moon's location is um, Earth and Luna, I should say, uh, right here on the eyes of the solar system map. And I didn't know which object to talk about here because we learned about Luna, Earth's moon. So I'll throw that out here. Before taking this class, I didn't know that the moon is actually moving farther away from the Earth about 1.5 inches each year. So in a couple million years or so, it's probably going to be flung out into space. Now, Mars is located right here in the eyes of the solar system map. I find it interesting that we have rovers exploring Mars, like here's Curiosity, and that the Perseverance rover had a little helicopter buddy with it, Ingenuity, and that Ingenuity went on 72 historic flights on a distant world, a known solar system first. Jupiter is located right here on the eyes of the solar system map. And I think that it's super interesting that Jupiter also has, along with all the other gas and ice giants, has rings too. They're dark rings, but they have them. And you can see some of them are labeled, and, different auroras, and you can see with this backlight the rings in the picture. Pretty cool. Saturn is located all the way out here on the eyes of the solar system map. And I think the most interesting thing about Saturn isn't the rings, but its huge 30,000 kilometer across jet stream with a raging storm in the center at the North Pole. That's pretty cool. And Uranus bleh, is located right here in the eyes of the solar system map. And one of the interesting things about Uranus is that it's not just rotating on its side, but it rotates like Venus, going east to west, instead of like Earth being west to east. Let's play that again. You can see the going up. All right. And Neptune is located out here on the eyes of the solar system map. An interesting fact about Neptune that stuck out to me this year was that it's a similar but only slightly darker hue of blue to Uranus, and not the azure color that they always have in photos everywhere like this. It's more like this, which is just a darker blue. And about satellites and robotics, humans have been using satellites for many decades now, and robots for only a few, comparatively, to explore the solar system and beyond. We have put many different types of sensors into the satellites, a whole bunch of satellites coming out from the solar system, and rovers and other spacecraft, and we've sent them out into the stars. And we learned a lot of valuable data from them, learning about like the different atmospheres and densities of all the other planets. and chemical compositions of storms, and if there's water on other worlds or moons and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And humans going into space has changed quite a bit over the last 60 plus years since we started putting people on in rockets and shooting them at the stars. We started using reusable, where's no, I don't have it. Reusable shuttles for a while too, the space shuttles, but they started breaking down. I think they decommissioned them a couple years ago. But now, for example, with the Inspiration 4 mission, uh, we can actually use reusable Falcon rockets and the Dragon spacecraft to go up and down to and from space, unlike lunar rover here and lander and stuff. So quite different. Definitely a lot better looking, that's for sure. And here are my references in APA format. And thank you for your time. Here's the images. Goodbye.